Sup dudes, it's Snail. Today we're talking all about settlement mods. Now if you've played Fallout 4 before, and I mean come on, let's be real, of course you have, but you've played the settlement building. Perhaps you've built a few full-fledged cities in your time, or maybe you've just added a couple of shanty shacks here or there at Overland Station. Whatever the case may be, if you enjoy settlement building, this video is for you. Today we're gonna go over 5 of my favorite settlement mods to open up the options and let you really get into building the settlement of your dreams. All mod links are going to be in the description below, so make sure you check those. And remember, if you like mods, make sure that you endorse them. Endorsing a mod is almost like, say for example, you liking this video if you enjoy it, or disliking it if you didn't. And on that note, if you're new here and you want to see more like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I make Fallout 4 mod videos. That being said, without further ado, let's get right into it, starting with our very first pick, Sim Settlements 2. And let me just say it right now while we're on the subject, Sim Settlements 2 is one of the best mods ever made for Fallout 4. An extremely well fleshed out story edition with probably one of the most lovable characters I've met in any Fallout game ever, and it also completely revolutionizes the way you approach rebuilding the Commonwealth. So first, to use Sim Settlements 2, you have to rescue Preston and the gang from the Concord Museum, take them back to Sanctuary, and get started with the vanilla settlement building. Then finally, once you build a recruitment beacon in one of your settlements, you'll be approached by a stranger. The stranger, with the craziest look in his eyes, is going to tell you about these cool things called ASAM sensors, and these are the cornerstone of the Sim Settlements 2 mod. Now basically the way these ASAM sensors work is that you use them to put down a specific zoned plot that is usually 2 cells by 2 cells. Now there are several different kinds of plots, including but not limited to residential, agricultural, commercial, industrial. Long story short, anything you could think of that you would need in a settlement, or in this case, really a full-fledged post-apocalyptic city, you can build with these ASAM sensors. You don't need to select anything else from the settlement menu at all if you don't want to. Once you've placed a plot, one of your settlers is going to get to work and start building whatever you've placed down, meaning that you have less time spent towards trying to avoid those red zones and more time spent towards committing war crimes in the Commonwealth. Now beyond just the nitty-gritty of what the mod does in terms of functionality, using the mod also makes managing all your built settlements much easier. And in addition, all of the buildings that can be built through the ASAM sensors are lore friendly. They all fit seamlessly within a vanilla plus context. And if you think that's all there is to the mod, you'd actually be wrong, because the mod is also a really good story edition. As you play through the story of Sim Settlements 2, you'll begin to unlock a lot more plots and a lot more things you can build with the ASAM sensors, as well as more features that Sim Settlements 2 has for you to manage your premium post-apocalyptic community. This mod and its expansions will give you hours upon hours of endless content to explore and enjoy. Console players rejoice because Sim Settlements 2 is also available on Xbox. Honestly, if there's one thing on this list that I think is a must-play, it's this. Go ahead and download Sim Settlements 2. Trust me, you won't regret it.
Ask, and you shall receive. Oh yeah!
Now on to the next mod, which is actually compatible with Sim Settlements 2. So say you want to keep a more active role in settlement building, like you still want to build some buildings or put down some decorations, but you're bored of the options the base game provides you. After all, why can't you build brick houses or do some real landscaping? Well, if options and expansions are what you want, then Homemaker Expanded Settlements is exactly what you need. This mod adds over 1,000 new objects to your settlements in almost every category imaginable. Actually, I think it does added in every category. The options themselves really open up a glowing sea, of possibilities. Now you can build brick buildings, complete with lore-friendly fixtures and roofs and other set dressings, like landscaping. Building structures can be a little janky, but thankfully there are some fantastic pre-builds if you don't want to mess around with any of the snap stuff going on, like this cabin I put down on Abernathy Farm. Where the mod really shines is with landscaping though, which provides some exciting options for customizing your settlement exactly how you would like to. Here I'm just placing some happy little trees and rocks to demonstrate, but imagine what you could do with this if you had real vision behind your actions. And meanwhile, don't sleep on the other items either. There are honestly way too many items you can craft for me to name, so I won't go over them all, but with over 1,000 different options, just like Sim Settlements 2, you could literally just spend all your time building settlements within the Homemaker menu and never have to leave. This mod is an essential addition for any enthusiastic builder. And once again, just like Sim Settlements 2, Xbox players will be able to play this mod through the in-game mod menu.
Oh yeah!
It's cool that we have so many options, but if you're anything like me, you take great joy in turning the Commonwealth into your personal firing range. There are so many excellent weapon mods out there, and more keep getting released every single week. But the options to store those weapons in-game just aren't great, honestly. I find the vanilla display racks to be really lacking, and the alternative is to just have a container or like a duffel bag or crate full of guns in the corner. Yeah, it's functional, but it doesn't really show off what I have, and that's really what I want. Well, luckily, Better Armory mod seeks to fix this, and it lets you display your toys so your settlers remember who's large and in charge. The mod uses a modular rack system based on the US Army's M12 and M14 rack systems. The modular part of this being that you need to place mounts on either system to be able to mount your weapons to them. This may sound tedious, but it really isn't at all once you do it a couple times. Plus, the results it produces look pretty good in your settlement's armory. The mod also features a collection of freestanding small arm display mounts for when you just want to leave your favorite Freedom Blaster on the table. And if you thought that was all, the mod also includes a number of decorations to spruce up your armory. Now, I'm pretty partial to the disassembly posters, but let me know which one you think looks best. Now, of course, they don't make weapon racks for explosives, but that's also why this mod includes some modular shelving, so you can place those boomies in an easy-to-reach location for when you're on the go. This mod is great. Honestly, it adds a lot of value to any planned armory or serious Minuteman playthrough if you really want to roleplay the general. Also, it's just really nice to not have to rely on the bulky vanilla weapon displays that just kind of stick your very small gun in the middle of an extremely large wooden board. However, unfortunately, console players, this is one of 2 mods on the list that is not available for Xbox. Sorry about that, guys, but I do hope it gets ported for you in the future because honestly, you kind of deserve it. It's really good.
Oh yeah!
Speaking of combat in the Commonwealth, next up is Sandbag Fortifications. Now, if you're anything like me, you've definitely felt that the default defense structures are a little bit lacking in game. I mean, I'm just saying, they look like they could definitely benefit from something slightly sturdier than duct tape and sheet metal. And luckily, this mod is going to rectify all of that. Sandbag Fortifications adds around 50 new structures to the settlement menu. These structures include bunkers, sandbag barriers, barbed wire fortifications, concrete blocks, and several excellently designed personnel structures, and there's even an awesome guard tower. Now, most pieces in this mod snap together really nicely when you're building, meaning that building out a defensive line trench has never been easier. And to boot, some pieces are even functional guard posts. Finally, we get to ditch the scavenge build sheet metal guard post, and your settlers get the protection they truly deserve. It's a win-win for everybody. But you know who else deserves some great defense? That would be you, and that's why I've partnered with NordVPN to bring you 70% off of a 2-year plan when you sign up using my link in the description. A VPN is essential to online life these days, and Nord is an industry leader in providing safe access to the internet with any device it protects. Rated best overall VPN by Forbes, it's the fastest VPN according to independent studies, and with over 6,400 servers and in over 111 countries, you can browse the internet securely from up to 10 devices at once from anywhere in the world. So drop the sheet metal already and get the Sandbag Fort of online security. Get NordVPN. Now, back to the video. Personally, I really like pairing this mod with the 155 Howitzer mod that replaces the in-game artillery cannons with a functional and lore-friendly howitzer gun. These two in tandem, plus my World War II collection, complete a perfect aesthetic. I just can't describe the vibe I get when I call in coordinates for a strike from the safety of my trench and get to watch the fireworks go off from behind the slat in the barrier. Luckily, this one is available for both PC and Xbox, so anyone is going to be able to get their hands on some top-notch defense structures.
Oh yeah!
Now, we've spoken so much about new things and options and cool stuff that you can place around your settlements to really spruce the place up, but the final entry on this list is going to put the cherry on the cake. It's a simple entry, but its inclusion in any playthrough brings unbelievable value. Everyone who has played the settlement building in Fallout 4 has encountered this one issue. You're just happily placing items when suddenly your builder turns red. For some reason unbeknownst to you, you simply cannot build in that spot. Sometimes it kind of makes sense sense, other times it really does not make any sense at all. Like, how does this work? Now, to outsiders and people who don't play the settlement system, it may seem a little silly, but all of us dedicated builders know exactly how arbitrary and ubiquitous these red zones really are across almost all settlements. However, with this mod, you'll never have to sweat another red zone. I'm of course talking about Place Everywhere. Place Everywhere is a mod that, you guessed it, lets you place any item or object just about anywhere in your build area. This mod is especially useful for when you're trying to place pre-built structures and there's just one goddamn rock that keeps getting in your way. Similar to how Homemaker opens up the possibilities of what you can build, Place Everywhere opens up the possibilities of where you can build. It's an essential mod for everyone looking to do any sort of settlement building on the regular. Sadly, this mod is not on Xbox or PlayStation, and it never will be, as this mod is actually a Fallout 4 script extender plugin. Fallout 4 script extender is simply not possible to bring to console, so I also wouldn't hold your breath for a port anytime soon. If there is an alternative, I don't currently know about it, so if you know of one, make sure you put it down in the comments for your console playing brethren. So there you have it, 5 essential mods for settlement builders of any skill level. If you've played any on the list, comment down below with your experience. Nothing is better for mods than user testimonials, so in that same vein, please remember, if you end up playing one or more of these mods, please endorse your mods. And if this video was helpful to you at all, you can endorse this video by clicking like down below. And if you're new and this video was helpful, make sure you also hit subscribe for more Fallout 4 mod videos. Honestly, settlement building is one of my favorite parts of Fallout 4, and if you guys want to see more settlement mod videos, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to make more, because this is, honest to God, one of my favorite parts of the game. And if you guys have any suggestions for mods you'd like to see me cover or think I should check out, go ahead and leave those down in the comments. Now that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Snail. Take care, brush your hair. See you next time. Peace. I'm out, dudes.